Hi kids, welcome back. Today we're going to read chapter 6 of Jocko Willink's book, Way of the Warrior Kid. A couple things before we start. Do you remember what this is called? This is called Piglet. And what do soldiers do with these? They train with them. So I have metal plates in here, have one in the front and one in the back. Big soldier guys, they have a big one and it's called a pig. Mine's just Piglet. And the pig, they put a lot of weight in, and then they put their ruck on, which is like a big backpack, and they hike for miles and miles and miles till they get super strong. And that is called training. And I hope as we read these chapters that you'll start doing some pull-ups and find yourself a little backpack and put some heavy things in it. Maybe some cans from Mommy's kitchen, cans with food in them. And train, and then add more and more till you get super strong. And while you're doing that, I will too. Here we go on chapter 6. Oh, wow. Today was just crazy, and I mean crazy. I was sound asleep in my bed this morning, peacefully dreaming about a double cheeseburger with fries and a milkshake. So there I was, enjoying this lovely dream. The food had been delivered and was sitting in front of me, and I was just about to take my first bite of that delicious double cheeseburger when clang, 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 clang. A shocking noise scared me half to death. I nearly jumped out of my chest. My heart nearly jumped out of my chest. I thought I was being attacked by aliens from outer space who used broken old drum cymbals as their main weapon. Then I heard the voice of one of the alien monsters yelling at me, "Get out of bed!" I immediately thought that this alien sounded like an awful lot like Uncle Jake. Yep, you guessed it. It was because it was Uncle Jake. He had a broomstick and a metal garbage can, and he was banging them together and yelling out to me to get out of bed and give him 50 push-ups. Still confused and thinking about the double cheeseburger I was about to dig into in my dream, I told the alien that I didn't think I could do 5 push-ups, so 50 was completely out of the question. But Uncle Jake didn't care at all about my cheeseburger or how many push-ups I could do. He put the garbage can next to my head and banged even louder. I rolled out of bed and did 9 push-ups before I fell flat on my face. Do you know what a push-up is? Check out the pictures. When I finally looked around, I realized that it was still dark outside. I asked Uncle Jake what time it was, and he said it was time to get up and get busy. This was how my day started. From there, Uncle Jake showed me a bunch of exercises and then made me do them. The weird thing was that all these exercises had strange names that seemed to put a big smile on Uncle Jake's face. Star jumpers, burpees, diamond push-ups, dive bomber push-ups, Supermans, jackknives, belly busters. Ask your parents if they know what those are. They can Google it. And let me tell you, even though these names sounded funny, there was nothing funny about them at all. They hurt. But Uncle Jake seemed to do them all so easily. Then Uncle Jake gave me a test. I had to do as many squats, push-ups, and sit-ups as I could in 2 minutes with 1 minute of rest in between. I did 23 squats, 14 push-ups, and 18 sit-ups. Then Uncle Jake did the same thing. He did 104 squats, 108 push-ups, and 122 sit-ups. Ask your parents what those are. Let's see how many they can do. I told Uncle Jake I was a weakling. Then he explained to me that I was only weak right now because I had never trained before. never worked out. In order to make your body strong, he said, you have to make it work. Then he told me that all started by getting up early in the morning and getting after it. I asked if maybe instead of waking up so early, we could just do our workout a little later in the day, perhaps at a more reasonable time. Uncle Jake said, no way. He said that pushing yourself to begin every day with pulling yourself out of bed was what it took. I asked him if that meant I had to have a garbage can banged in my ears every day. He said no, as long as I was up and out of bed early enough. There would be no garbage can. So it was either get out of bed early or have a garbage can banged in my ears. Maybe that's what your mommy should do to you when she tells you to get out of bed and you don't listen. I was not sure if I liked this program, but I did have to say one thing that surprised me. Doing all those exercises in the morning actually made me feel better all day. I felt awake and good and like I had extra energy. Even though the early wake up and exercising was kind of rough, I really liked the way it made me feel for the rest of the day. It was worth it. And that is the end of chapter 6. Don't go away, kids. Chapter 7 is coming up next.